Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another testing new makeup. I got some really fun PR packages with some new releases. I bought a couple things from Ulta, so we have a wide variety of stuff to go over, which I'm so excited. Mostly excited because Ofra has a new collection that launched today, so I really wanted to test these out because these should be available right now. Also, side note, I woke up and my eye is just so red. You guys know I've been having issues with this eye. So I'm like calling my eye doctor. I'm like, what do I do? Like, I need to film and I can't have a red eye. And the thing is, it doesn't even hurt, but it was just bright red. I showed it on my stories. So she told me to buy these drops from Walmart. Literally, they are a lifesaver. You can barely tell. I have a small little red splotch in my inner corner. Wow. These are the Lumify redness reliever eye drops. You can just buy them at Walmart and they are magical if you guys have ever any redness, because I'm like, I need to show my eye on camera, like what do I do? Anyways, I had to tell you guys that because I'm just really excited about it because I've been stressing about it all day. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started here. So I do want to start off with the eyes today because in case it gets a little messy, we can clean it up. But Ofra has this gorgeous new palette out. I got this in the mail and I was just like, wow, I love the color scheme here. They've been making some very fun, unique palettes, and they're actually great quality. I'm fairly new to their eyeshadows, but I've been using Ofra for years. Like their Pro palette, I just bought a couple months ago. Love that. And then I got Leora's palette, of course, that she did with Ofra, and I really like their shadows. So I wanted to go ahead and show you guys the swatches of the signature palette. This is the Empowered palette. It's $32. We're going to be playing with this today, as well as another new release from them. I'll say the swatches here, they do swatch a little bit on the lighter side, which I find to be typical for Ofra, because you kind of swatch them and they're like, I'm not really sure about these. But then, like, you put them on the eyes and they're just really easy to work with and very pigmented. So I'm really excited to be using this today. By the way, I always want to mention too, Ofra is so nice to give me an affiliate code with them, so if there's ever anything you want, you could use it on new releases. You can use my code LeahJanae for 20% off. But you guys know I'm always fair. Even if I have a code or not, I'm going to be fair with how things perform. So first, let me go in with this NARS Smudge Proof eyeshadow base to prime the eyes, give us a blank canvas for our look today. So we're going to go into kind of this, I call it a pukey green, but it's like a good pukey green. This I think is called a Boss Babe, and I'm going to dip into that and place this in the crease. I'm using a very fluffy brush for this one because I just want it to be very blown out. Using this kind of fluffy brush, it's almost making it look like a gold color. Next, I'm going to go in with Green Light, this darker green here, and put this in the outer corner. This shade I wouldn't say is super dark or anything. It's more of a mid-tone green. I think it looks pretty true to color on my eyes and in the pan. They look pretty similar, but it's not going to add a ton of depth, but it's just going to give us a little more of that green color. The thing I love about the Ofra shadows is they're very easy to blend. They have some powder kick up, but they do not get any fallout on the face. They're just so nice. I really love their formula. Very easy to work with, very beginner friendly. I'm going to take this brown in the palette. This one is in the shade Grand. This is a really nice cool tone brown. It looks really good with the greens in this palette. Just kind of putting this on the lower lash line. Alright, so for the lid, I have another new product from Ofra that I want to use. These are the new Bossy Eyes, and they are like a metallic liquid shadow. These are so cool. These are only $15, and they are on the website right now. So they have 4 shades. Here they are swatched. So on top, we have Do Not Disturb. The green is called New Money. Next, we have Fortune, and then lastly, we have CFO. So I really want to try one of these on the lid. So I was thinking about doing the New Money, but I don't know, it might be a little bit too dark for what we have going on. So I'm actually going to try this CFO shade, which is kind of like a purpley taupe, but I feel like it matches really well with this eyeshadow palette. I might use a brush just to get a more precise application. So I'm just taking some that's left over on the wand using one of these just flat brushes, and we'll go ahead and place the product where we want it to be. I feel like with a brush, you do get a little bit more color payoff than using like your finger or just applying it straight from the applicator. So I'm just kind of putting this towards the inner and middle portion of the eye. They're not like ultra metallic. They're, I would say, in between. But I feel like they are nice to either use as a base or just wear all over the lid. And it's not going to be like crazy or anything like that. Like, these are just nice, kind of more natural metallics that you could use for every day. So I do kind of want to amp that up though. So I am going to take this shade, which I feel like matches perfectly with the CFO liquid. This is Self-Made. It's kind of like this icy lavender, and I'm going to place this on top to see if we can build the shimmer and intensity. Ooh, yeah, I do like that a lot. Now the shade in the middle is kind of a new highlight shade for them called Wall Street. I'm not sure if they're going to be making this in a full size, but this is a very interesting color. So I'm going to go ahead and place this in my inner corners. It's kind of like a pearl, but it has that green duochrome almost, I guess you would call it. So I'm just going to place this in the inner portion just to add a pop. Okay, so I'm zooming out just a bit because we're going to move on to the face. So for primer today, I don't have a new one, so I'm just using my tried and true Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. This is my favorite for an all-day wear, and I feel like this one's awesome for oily skin. It really just feels so smooth and soft on the face, and it holds my foundation so well. So this one's always going to be in my collection. It's always in my top 5 primers that I've ever tried. I just love it. Moving on to foundation, I do have a new one to share with you guys. This one is a new foundation from IT Cosmetics. I picked mine up from Ulta. It's called the Your Skin But Better Foundation Plus Skincare. So I decided I would try this. I've actually heard some really good things about it, and I'm a big fan of the IT Cosmetics CC cream. So this one is described as water light, a medium coverage, and a natural radiant finish. You guys know I do have more oily skin, so I don't usually go for radiant foundations, but sometimes I do like it every once in a while. And the CC cream works fine for me, so I figured this could be good as well. Oh my gosh, this is so lightweight on the skin. It literally feels like water. Kind of reminds me of like the feeling of the Rare Beauty foundation. It's just so lightweight, which I do like that. I do prefer a lightweight foundation over something that's going to be heavy and thick on the skin. Like, even though I do like a full coverage, I don't want it to be feeling like I'm wearing foundation. So this is kind of the first layer. Definitely a medium coverage. Let's see if we can build that up. Okay, so here is how it looks. I actually really love the finish of this. It does have a slight radiance to it, but not too crazy. I'm definitely going to set with my favorite Peach Perfect powder to try and make it as matte as we can, but I think it looks really good. And definitely, I would say we can build it up to basically a full coverage, like a medium to full, not quite full. But I might just need to touch up a couple spots on my face, but overall, I think it covered really nicely. Alright, so for under eye concealer, I cannot believe I haven't tried this yet. It's been sitting in my makeup drawer for a few months. I know, bad. But it's the Hydrating Camo Concealer from e.l.f. I feel like this one might be really good for the under eyes because I do like something a little more hydrating under there so it doesn't look like super dry. It doesn't sink into fine lines and stuff like that. And I've heard decent things about this one. I do have the original too, and I do like it. This one says, camouflage those pesky spots in under eye circles with this high coverage, hydrating, and long wearing concealer. The shade is pretty light, but hopefully it'll give us some brightness. But I definitely could have used a darker shade for sure. This one is in Fair Rose. It definitely gives us full coverage, I think. Sometimes hydrating concealers are like very light coverage, it seems like, so I'm glad they made this one full. And I know a lot of people complained about the original being too drying, so I think this is like the perfect alternative. I like how that looks. I feel like even the color, even though it was pretty light, it's kind of blending into the skin Like I can't tell that it's super light at all. So I'm setting my under eyes separately. I like to use the Hourglass Diffuse Light under there because it's not super matte. But for the rest of the face, we're going to set with Too Faced Peach Perfect, which I just got news that it officially is being discontinued. The whole peach line is being discontinued, which is really sad, but I guess it had its time and it's time to say goodbye. And we'll probably see them at TJ Maxx soon. For my brows, I'm going to use the Brow Microfilling Pen again because I did like how this looked last time and I kind of want to try it a bit more and see. So I'm going to use that again since it's still new. So let's move on to cheek products. I have a new bronzer. I got this in my Ipsy bag. It's from Item Beauty, which is Addison Rae's makeup line, but I believe Ipsy like made these products and that's why they're in the glam bags. And I noticed they've been promoting them a lot, and I saw they had Addison Rae on their Instagram page and Khloe Kardashian. I was like, dang, Ipsy, like really stepping up the game here. So we're gonna try this for bronzer. I'm just gonna go ahead and mix my whole brush in there and get both colors. It's called Mood Vibes Swipe and Glow Bronzer. Okay, so I actually really like how this looks on the skin. I feel like it's gorgeous. It is a little bit warm, but I think it's really nice. So not bad. I was not sure what to expect from this. For blush, I have this one from e.l.f. This is their little bite-size face duos, kind of like the bite-size eye palettes that are so raved. And I've been seeing people find these at Walmart. They're in stores already. So if you guys have a decent Walmart makeup section, the one in my town is terrible. We never have anything, but they should be popping up there. And I bought mine online, but this is the shade White Peach. So I'm going to try this out. Maybe I'll use this highlighter as well and see how that is. Definitely pigmented. We got the peach look. I like the peach with the green eyes. All right, let's try the highlight. Okay, not bad. I was expecting it to be a lot darker, but it actually looks really pretty. You can totally mix this in with your blush too if you want a shimmery blush look, but dang, that's gorgeous. I am gonna apply some lashes. These are my favorite Kiss 11 lashes. They are so beautiful. They have a really thin band on them and they're just very wispy. I would say more natural. They're not gonna be super heavy on the eyes at all, but I just adore them. All right, and then the last step will be our lip color. So I have a new one here from Maybelline from their coffee collection. They just sent over these. So I'm going to use Chai Genius. I think hopefully this will match with this look. These smell so good. They don't smell like gross, like old coffee grounds like some coffee scented things do. These kind of smell like a caramel latte. So love it. Oh yeah, I think this lip will be good. They feel really liquidy at first, like almost moussey, but then they do dry down. I think that's everything. Let me go ahead and set with this Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray just to kind of melt all the powders together. That one I have used a few times. It has a very strong scent to it, but I feel like it does work pretty well. So this is the look we came up with. Honestly, so far I have no complaints. For first impressions. I do want to go ahead and wear these all day. I do have a longer day ahead of me, so we'll be really putting these things to the test. But yeah, so far I have no complaints really. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, I am back. This is how the makeup has held up tonight. So I wore this pretty much for the rest of the whole day. It's been 7 hours and this is how we are looking. So the first thing, I'm definitely a little bit oily, but I'm gonna go ahead and powder and see how we're looking after that. So let me show you guys kind of once I put some powder on. Honestly, my makeup still looks the same, I'm thinking. Alright, so that kind of soaked up most of that oil, so an easy fix, but overall I feel like the foundation has lasted. I ate supper with this. Even, like, look at this liquid lipstick. Like, I'm telling you, these Maybelline ones do not budge. Like, it's honestly crazy. Foundation wise, I actually think this looks really good on the skin. Yes, it does get greasy over, I would say, 5 hours or so on me, and I have oily skin, so I definitely need to touch up with this one, but everything like has stayed on. It hasn't broken up. This is really good. Like, it's on par with the NARS Soft Matte that I tried, but I really like that this one is very lightweight. Like, if I was going to choose this one over the Rare Beauty, I would pick this one because even though they have a similar feel on the skin, this one just has a bit more coverage. So I'm really liking the lightweightness of this, also the coverage it gives, and it does look pretty flawless on the skin, I will say. And it's held, like, even all of my other stuff has held up with it. Like, my bronzer is still on, and my blush and my highlight is still there. So that's amazing. Another favorite product from today is definitely the e.l.f. Bite Size Blush and Highlight. This one is the White Peach. I thought this was gorgeous. The highlight is stunning. It's not too dark, and then the peach blush has a lot of pigment to it. I can see my bronzer has kind of faded again. So this one's okay. I wouldn't say it's a favorite. The Mood Vibes from Item Beauty, it's just okay. It's kind of doing that patchy thing again where it sticks here, but it doesn't stick down here. This always happens to me. So that one's just okay. The eyeshadow palette, I really did like that. I feel like it has held up nicely. I do like the shades in it. I feel like they are more on the kind of lighter side, but you can create a really fun like green look with it. And the liquid shadows, the Bossy Eyes from Ofra, these are definitely more of a natural metallic, which I mentioned earlier. I would say I would use this more for like something all over the lid or as a base if I was just going to use this by itself, but it's not gonna give you that insane metallicness that I was kind of expecting, but it is a little bit more toned down. I feel like the concealer looks pretty good as well, the e.l.f. Hydrating. I really like it, honestly. It doesn't look dry at all. It's still there, so I definitely would go for the e.l.f. Hydrating over the regular camo concealer. I think it's really good. So I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything else. So I'll have all this stuff linked down below. These products really did impress me today. I would love to see what you guys thought of them. But thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.